Mary Tyler Moore always denied that she was romantically involved with Elvis during the filming of their 1969 movie, Change of Habit.
Elvis said after that movie, he said, "I have slept with every one of my leading ladies except one." And I don't want to bust anyone's cover, but I know who the one was. And what was I thinking of?
But is that true? New revelations expose that the two stars may have been more than just friends. Elvis and Mary were paired up for what turned out to be Presley's last feature film, where Elvis played a hip doctor and Mary played a nun. However, the real drama going on behind the scenes with Elvis's co-stars Mary and Jane Elliot, as well as singer Darlene Love, may have been more intriguing than the plot of the film. Mary Tyler Moore revealed in her 1995 autobiography, After All, that Elvis had a crush on her.
Personally, he could not have been more charming. He apparently had a big crush on me from the Dick Van Dyke Show, but it was not a tangible thing. It was very much from afar and on this pedestal, and he was very much taken with me.
Both Mary and Elvis were married at the time of the filming, which took place during the spring of 1969. While it may be true that Mary did not sleep with Elvis, it appears something romantic may have been going on. In 2017, writer Ann Moses revealed in her book, Meow, that she witnessed some intimate behavior that seemed to refute Mary's claim. Ann was a writer for the British music magazine, NME. She was granted permission by the film's publicist to come on set in Hollywood to observe filming. She was told not to approach Elvis or any other actor in the movie, and she was not permitted to take photographs. Ann wrote in her book that while on set, Elvis and Mary during breaks would, quote, lie on a big blanket out in the sunshine of the park, surrounded by extras and other actors, making out like teenagers. I don't mean affectionate pecks on the lips either. I'm talking about arms wrapped around each other during lip locks that lasted 15 minutes or half an hour. No one else on the set paid any attention to this behavior, unquote. In fact, Moses said she even mentioned the kissing briefly in one of her original articles for NME, which stated, between shots, Elvis hugged and kissed Mary Tyler Moore, then retreated to his high-set chair, unquote. However, in her original NME article, Ann did not elaborate the extent to which she saw Elvis and Mary kissing. Almost 50 years later, Ann admitted, quote, I didn't write, in NME, about something I observed that day, something that struck me as one of the oddest things I'd ever seen. For me, it was very uncomfortable seeing these two married grown-ups behaving like lustful teenagers. Perhaps this happened on every movie set, I reasoned, unquote. It seems that if Elvis and Mary did have any kind of romance, it was short-lived. Actress Jane Elliot, who played one of the nuns, stated in later years that Elvis and Mary did not get along that well. 22-year-old Jane, who was an up-and-coming actress at the time, later provided some insight into the relationship between Moore and Presley. Quote, the truth is, working with Mary was more difficult for Elvis because they worked so differently, and they didn't really have a mutual ground to meet on. Elvis and Barbara and me and Elvis, he felt more accepted and comfortable. I don't think he felt that either Mary liked him or understood him. Elvis was not comfortable with her because of her inaccessibility, unquote. If a longer romance did happen on the set, it was possibly between Elvis and Jane Elliot. Jane would go on to star on General Hospital, where she has been a cast member off and on for over 25 years and won a Daytime Emmy Award for her role as Tracy Quartermaine. However, Elliot has kept mum on whether anything romantic happened between her and the King on the set of Change of Habit. When asked by TV Guide if Elvis made a pass at her while filming, Jane replied, he made a pass at everybody. However, the director of the film, Billy Graham, believed that something was going on, as he revealed in a 2005 interview. Quote, Jane Elliot was having a little romance with Elvis, and sometimes she'd go off in the trailer with Elvis between setups and come out with her wimple askew, and her habit looking a little messed up, unquote. In 2016, Elliot gave her most revealing answer to date. When asked about her relationship with Elvis, she replied, quote, I am not going to tell you that we didn't sleep together, unquote. In a 2021 interview, Jane said working with Elvis was maybe the most fun I ever had.
It was an Elvis Presley movie,
Yeah.
it was not what I envisioned for myself. But may I say that it was one of the highlights of my career.
Contrary to what Jane Elliot claimed, Mary Tyler Moore said she and Elvis got along just fine. In a 1969 interview in the Universal Studio Commissary, Mary was asked about working with Elvis.
I've never met such a gentleman in my life, and you wouldn't believe it. You would think that somebody who has been the subject and the center of so much insanity for so long, that it would have rubbed off on him. It hasn't at all. He's charming and sensitive and considerate, and I just enjoyed it immensely.
Barbara was there with Elvis when gospel singer Mahalia Jackson visited him on the film set. Elvis and I were sitting there together, Barbara recalled, and Mahalia came on the set, and she asked Elvis if he would participate in a fundraiser that she was going to organize. Elvis was so gracious, quote, "Oh, Mrs. Jackson, I am so happy to meet you. I would love to do it, but I still have to ask the Colonel," unquote. So after she left, he said to me, "I'll never do it. The Colonel won't let me." But he was so gracious to her. He knew all the time the Colonel would not let him do it, unquote. Meanwhile, another fascinating behind-the-scenes story is about singer Darlene Love. She revealed in her 2013 memoir, My Name is Love, that Elvis propositioned her on the set of Change of Habit. Darlene first met Elvis when she performed in the 1968 comeback special with her group, The Blossoms. The following year, Elvis asked The Blossoms to be in Change of Habit. They are most prominent in the film when Elvis sings Rubbernickin'. One day on set during a break, Darlene stuck her head inside Elvis's trailer. Elvis was alone and invited Darlene inside. They chatted about their upcoming scene in the church. Then I noticed this glint in his eye, Darlene recalled. All of a sudden I wasn't being looked at. I was being looked over, unquote. I've never been with a black woman before, Elvis told Darlene. I've never even thought about it. But I'm thinking about it now, unquote. Darlene was taken aback and didn't know what to say since she was not attracted to him that way. She recently said in an interview.
He said that, I said, well, I ain't gonna be the first. After that, we got along so good.
But you never wanted to with Elvis?
I was kind of like afraid. It was that kind of thing. Do you really want to get into this?
Oh my God.
Do you want to go here?
Oh no, but I'm...
Interestingly, in March 2024, Darlene announced on Facebook that she was recently invited by Presley to be part of a new documentary series about Elvis to be aired on Netflix in the coming months. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video to help this channel grow. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. And keep watching more Elvis videos here.